We don't tell patients about the nurse who still walks this floor, because some of them have already seen her. I work night shift in a surgical recovery unit. Room 14 has a pattern, and we stopped ignoring it. Two different patients. Same room. Same night hour. Both said they could hear three people whispering, in empty beds. Then one of them said, the nurse standing in the doorway wasn't wearing a modern uniform. And that's when I saw her too. I'm a nurse on the night shift. We never tell patients what walks these halls. I work as a nurse on the surgical recovery floor of one of the largest hospitals in my region. People travel across states to get treated here. The surgeons are brilliant. The technology is advanced. The reputation is spotless, but there's something the brochures don't mention. At night, this hospital doesn't belong to the living alone. Anyone who's worked healthcare long enough knows death leaves traces behind. Not memories, presences. Most staff dismiss it as exhaustion, stress, or medication side effects. That's what I told myself too, until the patterns became impossible to ignore. It started with patients in the same room, room 14.1 evening. A woman recovering from abdominal surgery pressed the call button repeatedly. When I entered, she looked genuinely frightened. There are people talking, she whispered. They won't stop. I checked the monitors. Vitals were stable. No signs of delirium. Where? I asked. She pointed to the three empty beds around her. They're right there. They keep whispering to each other. I pulled open every curtain. The room was completely empty, no visitors, no staff. She calmed down after I reassured her. 2 weeks later, a different patient. Same room. Same complaint. Same description. That's when I stopped brushing it off. We never tell patients stories like this. Fear slows healing. Fear complicates recovery. So we smile, reassure, and walk away with goosebumps crawling up our arms. Other nurses avoided certain areas on night shift. One storage room, in particular, was off limits during breaks. They said sleeping there felt wrong. Like someone was standing too close. I didn't believe them. One night, I used it anyway. I woke up unable to move, the lights wouldn't turn on. The door wouldn't open. And in the corner of the room, something darker than the shadows stood watching me. I knew I was awake. I could feel the cold floor. I could hear my own breathing. Whatever it was moved closer, disappearing, then reappearing inches from my face, hovering, waiting. When I finally snapped out of it, my break was over. I never slept there again. But the worst story came from another nurse. She'd been resting in the staff lounge when a bright light woke her. Through the small glass window in the door, she saw a woman standing on the other side. Old-fashioned hair, outdated blue pinstripe scrubs. A nurse's cap, something nobody has worn in decades. The woman wasn't looking at her, just staring straight ahead. When she yelled at her to turn off the light, the figure didn't react. Later, we confirmed no one had entered that room. And an older staff member recognized the description instantly. A nurse who died years ago, after falling asleep at the wheel driving home from a night shift. That same night, one of my patients mentioned someone standing in their doorway. Same hair, same uniform. I told myself it was medication-induced confusion, until I saw her myself. She stood outside room 14, peering in. I followed her down the hallway. She turned the corner, and vanished. The only room she could have entered was room 9. Inside, every patient was awake. Shivering. Terrified. One elderly woman grabbed my arm. The other nurse was just here, she said. Where did she go? Something passed behind me, cold, silent, unseen. None of them slept that night. They all said the same thing, that it felt like someone was lying in the empty beds beside them. Since then, I haven't seen the ghost nurse again, but room 14 is never quiet, and every night shift, as I walk those halls, I wonder, is she watching patients? Or is she watching us? I'm heading into work now, and if she shows up again, I don't know if I'll be able to pretend anymore. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please make sure like and subscribe.